Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Robinhood to adorn the Miami Heat jerseys in latest NBA sponsorship deal. The partnership will begin with the 2024-25 NBA season, featuring Robinhood's logo on all the Miami Heat jerseys. The Heat's merchandise featuring Robinhood's logo will be available exclusively at team stores and online. Barely a week after announcing a sponsorship deal with one of the NBA teams, Robinhood has netted another deal in the top U.S. basketball league. The Miami Heat announced a multi-year partnership with the commission-free trading giant today, Tuesday. Beginning with the 2024-25 NBA season, Robinhood's logo will appear on the Heat's jerseys. The Heat will feature the fintech giant's branding on all jersey styles, including the association, icon, statement, and city edition uniforms. The club mentioned that this will enhance the fintech company's visibility across its diverse platforms. It is no small thing to share space on the front of the Heat jersey, and we are delighted to do so with Robinhood, John Vidalin, the EVP and Chief Commercial Officer of the Heat Group, commented. We are committed to helping Robinhood grow their business across Heat Nation and welcome them with open arms to the South Florida market. Heat merchandise featuring the patch will reportedly be available exclusively at team stores and online. This partnership now offers Robinhood an opportunity to expand its footprint in South Florida. The Miami Heat has 5 million followers on the social platform X alone, while the fintech giant has 1 million. Our partnership with the Heat joins the Robinhood brand with one of the most recognizable and successful franchises in NBA history, shared Michael Goodbody, Robinhood's VP of Marketing and Communications. This partnership begins in Miami but truly extends across the world. As a global company, we are growing awareness of our innovative products among millions of Heat fans worldwide. Mock Trade puts Miami Heat over the top. The Miami Heat, despite having a less talented roster than some of their Eastern Conference counterparts, are always considered a playoff, if not championship, contender. The stifling defense and intensity of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are complemented well by their internal development of high-level role players like Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, and Jamie Jaquez Jr. Butler has been included in trade rumors all summer after he and Heat general manager Pat Riley had a public rift, but if they can bury the hatchet before the postseason starts, there's no reason to think Miami can't go on another deep run. The Butler-led squad has already made 2 NBA Finals, although they have fallen short of winning. One state north of Florida, the Atlanta Hawks are in a much different place than their divisional rivals. Unlike the Heat, the Hawks haven't been considered legitimate contenders since before LeBron James entered the league. They have not made the final since the Eisenhower administration. Atlanta has tried to build around all-star point guard Trae Young, but has failed to do so, with only one fluke run to the conference finals to show for it. It is all but a given that Young will be traded before his contract expires, and the San Antonio Spurs and LA Lakers have been named as possible landing spots. However, the Heat could form a well-rounded Big Three in South Beach with Butler, Young, and Adebayo. If the Hawks are serious about rebuilding, they are in an excellent position to hit the reset button. Number 1 overall pick Zachary Rizicher might not be a franchise player, but he projects to be a high-level scoring wing capable of playing solid defense. On top of that, Clint Capella and Larry Nance Jr. will both enter unrestricted free agency this summer, freeing up some cap flexibility. Moving on from Young, however, would give them enough assets to start to build right away. In our proposed mock trade, the Heat send away future assets in the hopes of winning now. Jimmy Butler is reportedly planning on opting out of his contract, and even if he doesn't return to Miami, the Heat could add a different wing or forward in free agency like Brandon Ingram. Miami seems to be high on Kel'el Ware, and for good reason. He could be a high-level second option and emerge as one of the better centers in the NBA, but with the Heat lacking in draft capital, they have to sweeten the pot, and giving Rizicher a franchise center puts the Hawks closer to finishing their rebuild. Plus, Miami is going all in on winning in the next 3 years with this deal, so developing talent won't be a priority. They give up even more of their future picks, but with Adebayo and Young under contract through at least 2026 to 27 and Miami being a hotbed for free agents, they can easily build through free agency around the pillars of the franchise. Both Terry Rozier and Robinson are on deals for the next 2 seasons, so the Hawks don't gain a ton of immediate cap flexibility, but they do shave a year off of having to pay Young. By the time the 2029 and 2031 drafts roll around, the Heat will likely be middling or worse, and the Hawks, if all goes well, will be gearing up to contend. Nassir Little has a chance to be the Heat's next development success. The Miami Heat have signed young forward Nassir Little to add depth and potential to their roster. This deal guarantees a fresh beginning for Little and underscores that the Heat are building up wing depth for next season. The Heat and several other teams had worked out Little earlier in the month. The 24-year-old was waived by the Phoenix Suns after a quiet season. The Portland Trail Blazers chose Little in the 2019 NBA Draft with the 25th overall pick. He spent 4 seasons with Portland before being traded to the Suns. Little appeared in 45 games last year and averaged 3.4 points per game. What does Little bring in? He is an athletic player who can play at different spots on defense. He has been quite excellent during his flashes this season, and for most of his time in Portland, he averaged around 8 points and 3 rebounds per contest. The flashes he showed with the Trail Blazers could be a promising sign as he hopes to become one of Miami's next developmental gems. The Heat are known for their vaunted training program in developing players, so it should be a perfect place for Little to continue his growth and development. The Heat seek fresh talent with the depletion of some key players from last season's roster, and Little fits the bill. His positional versatility on defense and two-way capability fits very well with Miami's defensive scheme. With Little's joining of the Miami Heat, many expectations are looming over him as this is now the 3rd team in his prospective career. He will get an excellent opportunity to carve out a substantial role in the team, and the fans will be anxious to see him fitting into the rotation. The coaching staff will work with him to try to maximize his potential through focusing on shooting consistency and on-court decision-making. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Nassir Little? Leave your opinion in the comments.